Hey guys, so this gun everyone was obsessed with when it came out. This is the Elite Force Glock. So officially licensed airsoft Glock is kind of unheard of, and Elite Force did it. Now, I actually am not an expert on this gun at all, so if somebody would give me some information. One, I'm not sure what OEM this is. I don't think it's WE. It's just too different to be a WE. And I don't think that it's VFC, but I'm kind of leaning towards that it's a VFC as an OEM. I know it's like Elite Force, but it's not made by Elite Force. Elite Force doesn't make anything. They're just like distributors. When I can grab both of the... There we go. It just looks like a VFC to me. But like this is not on... I don't think this is how VFCs are, some of this. So I'm kind of confused on to exactly what this is. It might be a VFC and they changed a lot of things. Or maybe it's a completely different. Maybe it's not VFC or WE. But... this is my brother's pistol. I kind of said to him, oh, you got an Elite Force Glock. All the Milsimmers love the Elite Force Glocks. Everyone seemed to be obsessed with these when they came out because, oh, it's finally a licensed Glock. There are good gas blowback Glocks out there. In fact, the WE ones, I'm a fan of. Some people are like, oh, WE sucks, blah, blah, blah. Their quality control used to be pretty bad. Now, for a couple years, they've been doing pretty good. I've had a lot of WE pistols in my day, and they're actually pretty impressive. I actually have a WE Glock upstairs. I've been meaning to give it away for about a year, and I haven't given it away yet. So there is a WE Glock. It's like the 26 Advanced that I'm going to be giving away over YouTube or through YouTube and Instagram. So stay tuned for that. I might do it for my 3,000 or maybe just my 2,500 subscriber giveaway. But I've been meaning to give it away since I hit 2,000. I think is when I said I was going to give it away, and that was a while ago. Might even have been 1,500 that I said I was going to give it away. I've been really busy, so please understand. But yeah, I've shot plenty of WE Glocks. I think I've shot probably 6 different versions, as in models and just different ones, and they've all shot pretty good, some better than others. The WE ones you can find anywhere from like $100 to $120, I think is kind of where they set, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, so they're pretty cheap. I do recommend the WEs if you're on a budget and you really want a pistol. I'm not a pistol guy anymore. Shooting them in the backyard's fun. I used to be a huge fan of the blowback and stuff like that, but I'm kind of evolved a little bit, and I'm into the really high rate of fire, trigger response, HPAs, and AEGs. I do like DMR AEGs, DMR HPA too, but there's just a couple things that I don't do, which is like kind of bolt-action snipers, and then gas blowbacks. I just don't really do those. I do like any other AEG, any other HPA. I just kind of don't screw around with gas blowbacks anymore or bolt action snipers. But for those people that are really into pistols, I don't carry a pistol because it's kind of impractical. If you ask me, you go to an open play, you don't need a pistol. It's funny because I see these people all the time that wear a holster, and these are more of the milsim people. I'm not trying to call out anybody here, but a lot of the milsimmers like carrying pistols because it's more with the military. I mean, the military, a lot of times you carry a sidearm with you because you're fighting a real war. You're shooting at people and killing people. Like, it's a lot different than your standard open plays, guys. But so those people that try to replicate that and be Army, they'll carry a pistol with them, and they'll like pull it out when they go into a building, which... they'll even do that at fields where there's no MED with a rifle. And you could just go into your room with your rifle and blast those kids. Instead, they pull out their pistols. Even at open plays, I see it all the time. It's like they pull out their pistol and go into a building. It's like you got like a 14-inch rifle, or like a lot of times a lot of the milsimmers will run like Mark 18s and stuff like that and run like 10-inch barrels. So a short barrel, but they still transition to the pistol to go into a building, which is interesting to me. That's just something I thought I'd note. Not trying to hate on anybody specific, but that's just kind of cringy if you ask me. They'll like stop and stack up, and they'll be like, let's go. Clearing, at airsoft open plays. Aside from the ranting, I think these are about $140, $150, so I think they're kind of expensive. Are they worth it? I don't know, to be honest. It's a good pistol, but $150 is kind of expensive for a pistol. You can get rifles around that, some pretty good rifles for that. Let's just talk about the features and stuff. So it is a Glock. It's got the Glock sights on there, like the square back there, the dot. It's got a metal slide, which is how the real one is, of course. Metal barrel, which is nice. Plastic frame. The quality on it seems to be pretty good. It's got some markings on the lower, officially licensed product of Glock. MBS, I'm not sure what that is. Man, there are a lot of logos. There's Cal 6mm, a serial number, and then a warning under the trigger guard. That's kind of cringy. And then there's the Glock logos on the grip. Actually, only on the one side. This one's blank over here. And then there's Glock logos on the slide and in the barrel as well. See Glock 17 Gen 4, Austria, 9mm, and then there's some on the chamber there too, the barrel. It is the Gen 4, as it says on the slide. I don't know if they make a Gen 3 version. I think they just came out with the Gen 4s because that's kind of what is made nowadays. That's what's popular. So airsoft companies kind of, try to do what's popular on the market at the time. So I don't think they have a Gen 3. They probably just do the Gen 4. Honestly, I don't even know the differences. I think, like, the pattern, the lower, like, just the way it's shaped, maybe, and the grooves back here. That's the only thing that I think is different. Maybe, like, the trigger guard, the shape of this might be different. And the shape of the receiver up here is, like, rounded. I think the Gen 3s and the 2s or whatever, they're, like, squared off, if I'm not mistaken. Hop up is adjustable. It's pretty similar to a WE and a TM. Runs all around that system. It's right in here. Looks kind of like a VFC if you ask me, as far as the hop up and kind of the barrel there. So that kind of leads me to believe maybe it's a VFC. I know VFCs, like I think they're Glocks, but also their MMPs have a switch for full auto on the back here, but it doesn't seem like this has a switch. So it looks like it only holds 22. So I put 22 in there, and it looks like I can maybe get one or two more in there. So maybe 24. It's like, but that'd be maxed out. I probably wouldn't be comfortable putting that many in there. Plastic feed lips, again, all the logos, Glock logo on the bottom. It's cool because it doesn't have a hole in the bottom. That's realistic, but in order to fill the gas, you have to pull down on this tab, which I can't because it's too loaded, and pull the base plate off. And then it's got the valve there. The valve's pretty nice when you put the propane tank up to it. It doesn't leak. Common. It's common for when you do that, it just leaks all over, just starts spraying out. This doesn't have that problem, which seems to be a nice feature. As far as BB weights, I'd probably recommend 2.5s, 2.8s, 3s. I actually like where that hop-up's at. Man, these are .3s that I just put in here, and this thing shoots. I'm almost out of gas here. Wow. That was 2 magazines with 1 fill of gas, which is decent. It's about 55 degrees out here. These were .3s. This thing shoots, I'm going to say 150 feet with .3s. For a pistol, that is really good, and it's consistent 150 feet. Let's just dump this here. I'm going to shoot as quick as I can with my middle finger here. I know it's cringy. These are .3s. It doesn't overhop, maybe a little bit. Maybe just ever so slightly. But it shoots so well. Yeah, man, it shoots 150 feet. Alright, second magazine with 1 fill of propane. I did chrono, and it's actually shooting 250 FPS with .3s, so not as high as I thought, about 30 FPS off. But again, I was getting some good 340 readings with .2s inside. Alright, it's starting to rain out, so pretty sure it's going to be crappy all day. But let's just wrap up this video here. So some people care about recoil. As far as recoil on this thing, there's not much. There really isn't. Honestly, probably less than a WE. The WE ones actually kick pretty hard. The kick's nothing major, but it's very consistent on range, accuracy, and feet per second. Again, we're seeing about 250 with .3s with it. I'd recommend anywhere from 2.5s to 3s for use. Gas efficiency is not the best. Again, we're getting about 2 mags with 1 fill.